Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. For those who are joining on the Zoom, using the Zoom link that I provided in the post, you will be able to see my screen, and I'm going to be sharing some recipes and tips, tricks, and things that you can use to green up your cleaning. So I was reflecting and thinking about this topic quite a bit in the last week, especially as I was preparing to educate others on green cleaning. I think that in general, when people start using their essential oils, or when they start thinking about using essential oils in their life, cleaning seems to be something that is easy and fast to do. I'm sorry on the Zoom, it's a little dark. I try to make it so that I can brighten up here a little bit. Using essential oils seems easy. It seems like you could use essential oils because maybe you're feeling like, I don't really know that much about essential oils. Okay, hold on 1 second here. I'm having issues with internet. Just give me a second while I see if this helps. Okay, am I still here? Give me some taps. Give me some thumbs up, some likes if you can see me. Connection available. Okay, so we're in business. Okay, so if you missed that, I'm going to start over. We have learned that that the chemicals that they have been selling us for decades is actually really not good for us. And I try not to get up here and like stand on my oily soapbox and say I'm better than you because I use essential oils. That's not it. What I'm really, really passionate about, you guys, is teaching people how to live green and live clean. And one of the things that frustrates me the most about marketing and big corporate companies and things like that is that for decades they've been selling us chemicals and labeling them as like oh, they're caustic, or oh, make sure you wear a mask, or oh, what have you. But they're kind of like, oh, but shh, let's not really tell them how bad it is to be using these types of products in our every day in our daily lives. One of the things that I have come to learn about myself is that I'm a truth seeker, and I really like to not feel like I have been like led down this like dark garden path, or down this dark cave, of believing that things are okay for us when they're not. It really upsets me. I don't like that people think that they can control or tell you, oh, don't worry about that. Just, oh, don't look over here. Like it's like the Wizard of Oz. He was this great, powerful Wizard of Oz, but he was actually just this little like munchkin man who was behind like this big machine, who was actually just like you and I. The point, I guess, of what I'm just trying to say is that I feel like what I've learned is valuable information. And I just want to tell you that, this really hits home for me because I have had people really close to me fall really ill and die because of the products that they used in their life to enhance their lifestyle, but in the end ended up, taking their life. So for me, I'm really passionate about this topic. I am almost 100% certain that, and I try not to beat myself up about this, but I am certain that my oldest son has the struggles that he has either because of all of the toxic chemicals that stuck to my fat cells just 6 months previous to me getting pregnant with him. I was a welder. And then on top of it, all of the really horrible, disgusting beauty and skincare products that they sell to us that, oh, it's going to make you look beautiful. But they forget to tell you that it's also probably not going to help you live a long and healthy life. So that's where I'm coming from. I am just almost 100% certain that my son has the struggles that he has now in life because of, you know, some of the things that I exposed my body to before I became pregnant with him, just 6 months before I became pregnant with him. So it hits home for me. It's a personal thing for me. And so if I know what I know, it's really hard for me to not share that with other people in hopes that just one person listens, in hope that, not listens, but in hopes that it lands for one person and helps them to make healthier choices for the future of themselves and their health, the future of their health and the future of their families. If you are going to start a family or have started a family, I just don't think it's ever too late. So here we go on green cleaning. You can join me in the Zoom link if you want, and then you can actually see my screen, but I am sharing a screen there, but it's not a big deal. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to do that. I think I can do that with Facebook, but I've only got so many hands and so many cameras. So we know that a lot of the chemicals on the shelf today are full of endocrine disrupting neurotoxins that are making things drug resistant, making bacteria and bugs drug resistant, that are causing crazy respiratory issues, cancer, dermal issues of the skin. People are having so many problems with their gut, their healthy gut flora, and their oral health and their eye. And I am a firm believer that all of this stuff can be stemmed back to the chemicals that we're using in and around our environments and on our bodies, and the lifestyle products we choose to use. So I'm just going to roll into it. We have some pretty natural gifts of the earth. Essential oils are volatile aromatic compounds. They come from the plants. They are either steam distilled or cold pressed, or sometimes they're extracted with a absolute, which is like a pure form of alcohol. So that would be like your vanilla extract. I'm talking about the fake stuff. I'm talking about the real stuff where they put the vanilla bean pod, like they open the pod and they scrape it out, and so then the little tiny seeds, they soak that in alcohol at a certain ratio, and then it basically steeps kind of like a tea, and then that is your vanilla extract. So that's kind of like what an absolute is for like a rose or jasmine oil, but those are great oils for the body and for overall health. But I'm going to talk more about like the citrus oils, the antimicrobial, the antibacterial, the antifungal, naturally oils, where we don't need to use all these other disgusting chemicals that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes, to get rid of the unhealthy funguses and bacteria and microorganisms and things that may show up in our environment. So you can use things like baking soda, vinegar. You could use things like citric acid. Even borax is somewhat healthy. Castile soap is one of the things that you'd see right here on my screen. It is made from plants as well. You don't necessarily want the palm Castile. You want more of like an olive oil or something like that. Palm oil is just not good because it comes from our rainforests. Anyways, Castile is good. It's an all-natural soap. You can also get soap nuts. Those are sourced from Nepal, I believe. There's just so many healthy natural options. And somewhere along the way, somebody decided for us that they needed to introduce these really awful chemicals into our life. So let's move on. Let's talk about these chemicals. So I'm going to butcher these words because I don't use them daily, but the phthalates, it's a PHTHALATES. This chemical is found in air fresheners, dish soap, and even toilet paper. That infuriates me. To be thinking about having a chemical like that directly in contact with your genitals, and we wonder why women are suffering from things like endometriosis and any kind of women's health cancers and things like that. I mean, that makes me irate. And so just a side note, I actually got into essential oils because I wanted something natural to make my house smell good. I had a crazy aha moment when my second son was 8 months old and crawling on the floor. And just like anybody else, I like my house to smell good. I don't like when my surroundings smell like wet dog and you don't even own a dog yet, or, it just smells gnarly. So I had a huge epiphany. My son crawled over to the wall and unplugged the Glade plug-in and stuck it in his mouth. And I instantly, it clicked for me. I was like, oh my gosh, you can't have that. It's full of chemicals. It's dangerous. It's gross. He can't put that in his body. And then I was like, but why is it okay for us to breathe this in? Like, if he can't eat it, if he can't ingest it, then why would I even have this in our environment? So that was a huge moment for me. And from that day forward, I wiped out all of the natural air fresheners. I'm talking about Febreze, Glade, any of the air fresheners, the bathroom sprays that, when after somebody's in there and they drop a bomb and it smells awful. I mean, that doesn't smell good either, but we have natural alternatives, and when we know better, we do better. So these phthalates are found in air fresheners. They're found in dish soap. So dish soap, that would be pretty broad. I would say probably all of them. Joy, Dawn, what are they? I don't even use them. I haven't used those for years. All of those ones that have fluorescent colors and crazy scents, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So, and even toilet papers. I don't know about you, but that makes me downright angry. Who else could relate that having that type of chemical in something like a toilet paper just doesn't feel right? It doesn't say that there's an ingredient list on your bag of toilet paper. Have you ever seen an ingredient list on your toilet paper? They absolutely don't disclose that this chemical's in there. I use a dish soap that is all natural. I get it from Country Grocer. I could quickly go get it, but how about next week I take you on a tour of my house and I will show you what I use. But after this live video, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but it's scented with essential oils. The thing is it doesn't foam very well, and so you have to really agitate the water, but I'm okay with that. For the alternative, it still gets all of the grease out. So the health risks of phthalates are known as endocrine disruptors. So let me just tell you a little bit about what an endocrine disrupting chemical does. It interferes with any of the hormones any of the body systems that produce hormones in the body. So these disruptors cause cancerous tumors, birth defects, and other developmental disorders. So any system in the body that is controlled by hormones can be derailed by hormone disruptors like this chemical. You can also use the On Guard cleaning concentrate. That's right. You just have to agitate the water. So we have this nozzle on our kitchen faucet that really has a lot of force, water forcing through it, and so it creates a lot of bubbles. Creating the bubbles, or the chemicals that go into dish soaps that are creating that just easily, are not good for us either. So it's something that you kind of have to decide to get to work around. So the other thing that you can do if you are looking for something to replace air fresheners is you can use a diffuser. It helps to purify the air. It helps to maintain open airways. So this is something else. This is kind of like a foreshadowing of what I'm going to go into as well. It helps to combat seasonal threats. So anybody who suffers from pollen and other things that go on when the trees are mating, grass cutting, hay fever, things like that. Essential oils are an amazing way to support yourself with seasonal threats like that. And also diffusing essential oils instantly positively impacts your mood. And so when I say this too, not all essential oils are created equally. So if you're getting essential oils from London Drugs, Winners, Walmart, Best Buy, I mean, you name it, everybody is carrying essential oils. They've jumped on that, hey, they've got it, let us get a line of essential oils. But not all essential oils are created equally. And if you're looking to lean in and use essential oils, you're going to want to look for an essential oil company who is super transparent about their growing and their sourcing practices, and a company who is stringent with their third-party testing. If those two things aren't transparent on their website or on their packaging where you can actually find out that information, don't buy it. You're wasting your money. So here's another one. So this is perchloroethylene. We're going to call it PERC for short, PERC. So this is found in dry cleaning solutions, spot removers, carpet and upholstery cleaners. And the health risks in a PERC is that it is a neurotoxin and a carcinogen. So a little bit more about neurotoxins is that neurotoxin is a poisonous, destructive substance that acts or alters the function of the nervous system. And it disrupts the normal function of nerve cells and tissue in both. So these affect people both developing, so think of developing babies in utero, and in mature tissue. So that's kind of a big deal. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but I feel like that's kind of a big deal. People should know about this stuff. So carpet cleaner as a natural alternative, you can use 1 teaspoon of a liquid Castile soap, a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. I'm going to post these a little later as well. 2 cups of water and 3 drops of any of doTERRA's essential oils. I really like On Guard or Purify is really good. So you can bind that in a spray bottle. You can do a 4 ounce or bigger. 4 ounce and 8 ounce would double this, and a 16 ounce would be, what am I trying to say? 8, 16 would be 4 times this. So it's a fairly big bottle. So you can combine that in a spray bottle and spray it on a certain stain, and you can blot it then with a clean, damp cloth on your carpet. And then you could put baking soda over top of that wet mark to absorb the rest of the liquid, and then you just vacuum it up. So you would want to absorb the rest of the liquid, because when something stays wet on the carpet, you've probably experienced this, and then dirty feet and dog and cat traffic and stuff start to go over it, it'll make that spot look dirty. So that's why it's a really good idea to, if you're going to do like a spot carpet clean like that, that you then blot it up and then just sprinkle some baking soda over top of it until it really absorbs it all, and then vacuum it up. Okay, so triclosan. Triclosan is found in most liquid dishwashing detergents and hand soaps, and it's typically labeled antibacterial. So when you think of that, you can think of hand sanitizers. They've even got it in, they sneak it in all sorts of places in a lot of cleaning and lifestyle products. And the health risks associated with triclosan is that it's an aggressive antimicrobial or an antibacterial that actually promotes the growth of drug-resistant bacteria. So drug resistance can cause serious disease in the body as well. And it's actually a major health, or it's a major public health problem. So you can think of some of these drug-resistant things that are happening that are forms of influenza, staph infections, MRSA, and a lot of these drug-resistant bacteria are rated from critical to high to medium. And so what I found really interesting in my research was that there was like no low, mild or low. It's all like a pretty, it's pretty high alert. So that's another chemical that is commonly found in a lot of our chemical products, or in our chemicals and our lifestyle products. So liquid dish soap. You can make your own liquid dish soap with 2 cups of liquid Castile soap, 20 drops of lime essential oil, 8 drops of lemon, and 6 drops of citrus bliss. Makes a really nice dish soap. So you can fill a large clean bottle with the Castile soap and add the essential oils and then shake really well. Sometimes too, you can add it into like a glass jar that has like one of those oil nozzles on the top, so you can use that to pour it into your dish soap water, or your sink of dish water. So I'm going to butcher this too, but the only good thing about this chemical name is that it does have a short form or an abbreviation that we can call it after I butcher this out. So a quaternary ammonium compounds, also known as quats, are found in fabric softener liquids and fabric softening sheets. So Bounce, etc., etc. The health risks with quats is that they are an aggressive skin irritant, and they are the culprit for many respiratory disorders or polyps. So respiratory disorders, you can think asthma, you can think of other things like emphysema, things like that. So the thing about rest or quats is that they create things like contact dermatitis. So many people have eczema, and it's usually a form of contact dermatitis from the fabric softeners and the laundry detergents that we are using every single day on our bodies. So quats also are a eye and mucous membrane disruptor, and they are also responsible for any kind of, or not any kind of, but a lot of like oral health, which is surprising, right? But if you think about it, we breathe with our nose, so that's mucous membranes, and then orally, it's our mouth. But this is one that people probably wouldn't link together a lot. Quats are also really, can be responsible for gastrointestinal disease and disorders. I don't know how this is landing for anybody watching, but to be super frank, it just pisses me off. It just pisses me off that they put this stuff, in our products. It pisses me off. Anyways, fabric softener, you can make this naturally and probably cheaper. Not probably, it is cheaper. So you can make your own fabric softener using a 1/4 cup of vinegar with 2 drops of peppermint essential oil. doTERRA's peppermint essential oil smells like chocolate mint. Like, it smells so delicious. And you add that to the scented vinegar to the fabric softener dispenser. So what I like to do I don't have one here on my desk at the moment, but you know, the big jars, canning jars, I fill it up with vinegar, and you know, you can measure it out. You know that a quarter cup, the ratio is going to be a quarter cup of vinegar to 2 drops of peppermint. And so, you know, fill up that quart jar and maybe add 10, 15, 20 drops of the peppermint essential oil. The peppermint isn't going to give you any adverse side effects. There isn't any chemicals in it. There's chemical constituents, but they're all natural and healthy. They don't contain any of this other, I'm sorry, I have to say it, this other shit that they have been selling us for decades. So here's another doozy. It's 2-butoxynenol. I'm totally butchering it. If anybody wants these words afterwards, I can pop them in the comments and you can do your own research. You can plug them into good old Google, or you could go a step further and go to the Environmental Working Group, and you can look at all of the things that they are finding now, why people just keep getting sicker. And this is why, in my opinion. So this chemical, this old trusty one, this one's found in window cleaners, kitchen all-purpose and multi-purpose cleaners, bathroom cleaners, and the health risk associated with this one is just, you know, just sore throats and respiratory issues. Not a big deal. Whatever, just keep using it. So, I'm sorry. This stuff really frustrates me. That's probably why I've decided to wait so long to do a green, clean Facebook Live like this, because it's really hard for me to stifle my disdain for bullshit. So it really agitates me that, you know, so many people always have issues. I mean, the amount of times that I'm working with a client and they tell me that they have respiratory issues and skin issues and gastrointestinal issues, and like, it's just really frustrating to me, because I am somebody who's very empathetic, and so I take on a lot of the things that they're dealing with, and it really upsets me. So here's a really great all-purpose cleaner. Let's switch it around here. The ingredients in an all-purpose cleaner is so simple. 1 cup of white vinegar, 1 cup of water, 10 drops of lemon essential oil. You could even do On Guard instead. You could do On Guard as our protective blend. It's got cinnamon and clove and wild orange, and it's really nice and kind of chai. It's got this chai flavor, like aroma to it. Purify is really nice. It's got some citronella and citruses. It's really cleansing. Any of the citruses is good. You could do rosemary, you could do tea tree. You know, the sky's the limit, honestly, with the oils that you'll use in your all-purpose cleaner with your 1 cup of vinegar, your 1 cup of water, and your 10 drops of lemon. So you combine this in a spray bottle, and you can use this on your glass surfaces, your stainless steel surfaces. You can clean with a lint-free cloth if you're dusting. It's a beautiful thing. All right, sodium hydroxide. Who here has heard of this gem? So this one's often found switching out dryer wool balls and ordering them today. Good idea. Good idea. Investing in your health is the best thing you can do. People so often are really focused on investing for their future and investing financially, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about investing in their health. And how are you going to enjoy the other investments you're creating for your future if you don't have your health? Just think about that. What are you going to do? You're going to leave it behind for the next generation to enjoy, hopefully. So Leah Germain said, or Katrina says that she uses dryer balls, and she cuts down the drying time, and they cut down drying time, right? And she likes to add Purify and wild orange to hers, so that would be a good mix. You can even have lavender if you want something That's another thing too. Any of the cleaners on the market that are saying that it smells like lavender, it's not lavender. Okay, folks, that is not lavender. That is a synthetic fragrance that a man in a lab has created, and it is not doing anything good for your health. I'm really sorry, but it is poisoning you. Okay. Sodium hydroxide. This one is found in oven cleaners and drain openers. And the health risks with this one is difficulty breathing and swelling of the throat, as well as any kind of eye or mucous membrane irritations, skin irritations if you're not using the proper safety measures with this stuff. An all-natural oven cleaner that works really well, I might add, is 2 tablespoons of Castile soap, 1.5 cups of baking soda, 1/4 cup of vinegar, and 8 drops of wild orange and water. So you combine those by adding the water to form a really thick paste, and then you brush it onto your oven. And then you let it sit, kind of like bubbles and does all this stuff, and then you wipe it clean. And after you wipe it clean, or before you wipe it clean, I turn my oven on to self-clean. So many of us now in this day and age have self-cleaning ovens, a lot like our own female bodies. We are self-cleaning as well. Just a side note. Self-cleaning your oven and then wiping it clean with this paste, I mean, that thing will sparkle and shine. So some of the cleaning, all natural. She said so many people hate the smell of lavender, and then they try doTERRA and they love it, right? Yes, and patchouli. Patchouli is another one where like, oh, people, dirty hippies, meow, meow. And then I'm like, well, just, or I don't even tell them what it is. I'm just like, give this one a smell. And they're like, ooh, what is that? That's really earthy and nice. And then I say it's patchouli, and they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, this is what real patchouli smells like. That's fun doing that, isn't it? All right, so here's like a DIY cleaning checklist. So this is just some of the ingredients that you could use that you probably already have in your house. And if not, they're super easy to find as well. So pure baking soda, white vinegar, Castile soap, fragrance-free. I'm not super confident that the essential oils found in the Castile soap is like I'm skeptical of their quality, so I encourage fragrance-free. I encourage fragrance-free Epsom salts as well. Citric acid. I like a fractionated coconut oil, which is just like a different chain, or an olive oil, apricot seed oil, avocado oil, almond oil. Any nut or seed oil is really nice, and really nice for the skin and for a carrier for oils. Rubbing alcohol, witch hazel, an ice cube tray to make easy pop-outs or those silicone molds. On doTERRA's On Guard Cleaning Concentrate, which is 10% off this month. Highly encourage getting that. Costs $14.40, and I believe that is approximately that's the price approximately after shipping and taxes. But you can make 18 16-ounce bottles. So you would only use 2 tablespoons of the cleaning concentrate and water, and it is all natural. And it is a heavy hitter for cleaning. So 8 glass spray bottles, 4 glass mason jars, 130 ml spray bottles. You can buy those in your if you are a member with doTERRA, you can buy them in your online store. We've also got labels for all of your do-it-yourself creations. So if you're a little OCD like me and you like to have like a pretty label to go along with your pretty clean green cleaner, we've got you covered there as well. So doTERRA's essential oils that are really great for cleaning are wild orange, lime, grapefruit, lavender, peppermint, rosemary, eucalyptus, tea tree, arbor vitae, and the Purify blend. One of the really neat things about the oil arborvitae, it's the great red cedar wood, and it's doTERRA actually sources it from here on Vancouver's west coast, so in British Columbia. So what one of the things that I love about doTERRA is that they do source their oils from the places that the plant and the trees and the seeds and the roots are indigenous to. So it's yielding the highest therapeutic properties because it's got the most beautiful chemical constituents intact. And I'm talking about natural chemical constituents, not man-made, that are creating respiratory issues, skin issues, gastrointestinal issues, blah, blah, endocrine, blah, blah, blah. Gross. So one of the other things I wanted to share was, let me just see where I'm at here. What is the other thing? Okay, so I wanted to let you know that starting May 21st, which is Monday, doTERRA is doing a green clean challenge, and this is how it's going to work. So it begins on the 21st of May at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 1 p.m. Central Standard, and then that takes us to what, 2 or 3 for Easter, I think. Don't quote me on that. But it starts on Monday, May 21st, midday-ish, so you can watch for that. So you can participate by going to the US and the doTERRA Canada Facebook pages. You will just follow the instructions on the daily challenge, and you're going to post the daily challenge post each day to participate. So that's what you do. You follow those, the doTERRA Canada and the US Facebook pages, and you'll follow along there. So the challenge will appear, okay, so it's saying that the posts will be posted by 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time each day. If you don't have a Facebook account, it will only run on Facebook. So if you don't already have a Facebook account, you can sign up for free at facebook.com. But you're here probably because you're on Facebook, but there are people over here on our Zoom link as well. So how do you enter for the daily prizes? So you're going to choose one of the suggested cleaning challenges from the daily challenge post, or create a personal green cleaning challenge based on the location and the title of the daily challenge post. You're going to complete the challenge chosen. You're going to comment on the daily challenge post, and you're going to tell doTERRA Canada or doTERRA US the results of the challenge you chose. So the entries for the daily challenge prize must be completed before midnight on the same day that the challenge post is posted. So late entries will not be valid. I'll get to your questions in just a second. So how do I find out what the daily prizes are? So daily challenge prize winners may choose one of the following oils. You can choose a 15 ml bottle of wild orange, a 15 ml bottle of lime, a 15 ml grapefruit, 15 ml lavender, 15 ml peppermint, 15 ml rosemary, 15 ml eucalyptus, 15 ml tea tree / melaleuca, or 15 ml arborvitae, and a 15 ml purify. So the daily challenge prize winners will also receive a 30 ml sprayer bottle 3-pack. That is so rad. So the markets eligible to participate in this Green Clean Challenge is open to the US and Canada residents only. US and Canada participants must participate in their market Facebook page. So if you are a Canadian wellness advocate, you need to, that's my husband's satellite phone. You need to participate in the doTERRA Canada Facebook page. And if you are a US member, you will participate in the doTERRA International Facebook page. So you will be unable, other individuals are welcome to participate, but will be unable to qualify for prizes. So when you so when will prize winners be notified? Daily prize winners will be announced each day on the doTERRA Facebook account. So that's really exciting. So that starts the 21st. All you have to do is just opt into getting notifications there. So the other thing is that there is a green cleaning ebook, and I'm going to post that in the comments as soon as I am done here wrapping up. And I'm also going to post in the files section of this group the PDF for the Avery labels for the green clean, so that you can print those out. You can go get the Avery labels, and so Avery labels, you buy them at in a box like this from either online or from Staples, and then up in the corner it always tells you right here in this corner, it tells you what the number is of this label. And so this label number is specifically is 22816. So they're kind of more of like a square. Anyways, you'll see it. You can print them off. I also have a blank one if anybody wants that. So what else do I want to tell you? Yeah, I mean, there's just, yeah, cleaning can be easy. And if leaning into essential oils is with cleaning and replacing your cleaners with essential oils and other natural things that you've already got kicking around the house, then I give you a serious standing ovation and a round of applause. I think that it's been far too long that we have been taking the crap that they sell us. We're literally buying it, and it's literally putting our health in a compromised state that I don't think that any of us are or were maybe fully aware of. But I think it's time to take back control, to take back what's ours, which is your health. So thank you so much, you guys. This was fun. Thank you for sticking with me even through my passionate disdain for these chemicals. But thank you, because we have some really beautiful, healthy, green, natural, beautiful smelling essential oils that really benefit us. Essential oils have so many beautiful benefits for us. And thanks for sticking around. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.